You are masterfully building your own personal crematorium. Every day, brick by brick. You think old age is about genetics and a bad environment? Naive. It's your morning coffee with sugar, stitching your collagen into a dead network. It's sleeping face down in a pillow, imprinting a map of future wrinkles onto your skin. It's your smartphone, slowly melting your neck into an ugly fold. You are the chief engineer of your own decay. We're not going to talk about the secrets of youth. We are going to expose 33 daily rituals you willingly use to accelerate your cellular decline. Let the dismantling of illusions begin. Mistake number 1. We call it sugar face. It almost sounds like a compliment, like the name of a dessert in an expensive restaurant. We think sweets make life better. It's endorphins. It's a reward for a hard day. We eat a pastry and feel almost happy. But under the skin, something else is happening. A scene from a horror movie for diabetics is unfolding. The sugar in your blood reacts with proteins. This process is called glycation. Simply put, sugar caramelizes our collagen. It glues the elastic fibers together. Your skin becomes like cotton candy, just not as fluffy. It becomes fragile, saggy, and brittle. Sun damage looks like child's play next to this. We're afraid of UV rays. We should be afraid of the pastry shop. Congratulations, we are turning our faces into lollipops. And soon, they will start to melt. Mistake number 2. Sleeping with your face in the pillow. Oh, this is a sacred ritual. To bury yourself in a soft cloud. To disconnect from the world. To feel safe. Like in the womb. It seems like the perfect end to the day. Marketers sold us memory foam pillows. They remember everything, especially your wrinkles. Every night we engage in self-destruction, for 8 hours straight. We press our faces into the fabric. The skin crumples like a paper cup. Creases form. They're called sleep wrinkles. And these aren't the cute little lines around your eyes. These are deep furrows. They don't smooth out in the morning. They stay with us forever. It's like doing origami on your own face. Only the result isn't a paper crane, but a Shar-Pei. We thought we were resting, but we were actually in a crash test for our skin. The pillow won. Mistake number 3. Drinking through a straw. We've been told it's hygienic, it's stylish, it protects teeth from sugar and coffee. In every trendy cafe, they stick this plastic crutch in our glass. We obediently sip our smoothie through it. We feel like part of civilization. But at that moment, a catastrophe is happening around our mouths. To draw in liquid, we tense the circular muscle of the mouth. Over and over. Day after day. It's as if we're training it. But the goal of this training is premature aging. These contractions form vertical wrinkles. They're called pucker lines, or a barcode. Your face starts to look like an item that's about to be discontinued. We wanted to protect our enamel. We got the mouth of a prune instead. The irony. We pay for a cocktail that makes us look like its own shriveled wrapper. Mistake number 4. Blue light from screens. Our new god. Our best friend. Our main enemy. We wake up and reach for our smartphone. We work on a laptop. We relax in front of the TV. We live in a digital cocoon. And we think it's progress. But this progress has a price. Screens emit high-energy visible light. HEV. It penetrates the skin deeper than ultraviolet light. UV light is an amateur. Blue light is a professional. It reaches the dermis itself. And there it begins its dirty work. It destroys collagen and elastin. It triggers oxidative stress. This is called digital aging. We fear the sun. We slather on creams. And then we voluntarily stick our faces in front of an emitter. It's like hiding from the rain under a waterfall. We are becoming characters from the Matrix. Only we're not being used as batteries. We're being used as a market for anti-aging creams. Mistake number 5. Ignoring your neck and hands. We invest a fortune in our faces. Creams, serums, masks, injections. Our face is the facade. It's the showcase of our success. It must shine. It must be flawless. We polish it to a high gloss. But what about the neck? What about the hands? That's the backyard. No one looks there. So we think. But they are what give away our real age. Completely. The skin on the neck and hands is very thin. It has almost no sebaceous glands. It ages faster. Much faster. The result is a tragicomic picture. The face of a 20-year-old nymph, and the neck and hands of an old tortoise. It looks like a bad Photoshop job, like the head of one doll attached to the body of another. We tried so hard to create an illusion, and we failed so stupidly on the details. Our passport lies, but our neck tells the truth. Mistake number 6. Chronic sleep deprivation. In the modern world, sleep is for the weak. We must be productive. We must get everything done. Work, study, have fun. 24 hours in a day. It's not enough. So we sacrifice sleep. We consider it a feat. We are proud to sleep for 4 hours. We are the heroes of our time. In reality, we are idiots. At night, the body performs maintenance. It repairs damaged cells. It synthesizes collagen. It removes toxins from the brain. When we don't sleep, we cancel this process. The repair crew simply doesn't show up for work. The trash isn't taken out. Breakdowns and waste accumulate in the body. It's as if all the municipal services in a city stopped working. Within a week, it would turn into a dump. That's what we do to ourselves. We turn our bodies into a landfill. For what? For another season of a TV show? A brilliant trade-off. Mistake number 7. Avoiding fats. For decades, they scared us with fat. They told us it makes you fat, that it clogs your arteries, that it's enemy number 1. And we believed it. We started buying up fat-free products. 0% fat yogurts, 0% cottage cheese, 0% milk. We felt like disciples of a healthy lifestyle. We thought we had cheated the system. The system cheated us. Healthy fats are building materials. They are the bricks for our cells. They are needed for hormone synthesis. They create a lipid barrier on the skin. This invisible film protects it from moisture loss. When we give up fats, we deprive the skin of this protection. It starts to dry out, to crack, to peel. It becomes like the Atacama Desert. We wanted to be slim. We ended up looking like a mummy. We were duped like children. They sold us a fat-free pacifier for the price of real food. Mistake number 8. A sedentary lifestyle. We have become a race of sitters. We sit at work. We sit in the car. We sit on the couch at home. Our main organ is our buttocks. Our main function is to sit. We think it's comfortable. It's civilization. We no longer need to chase mammoths. But our body doesn't think so. It was designed for movement. When we sit, all processes in the body slow down. Blood circulation worsens, lymph stagnates. Cells don't get enough oxygen and nutrients. They begin to suffocate. They starve. It's like cutting off food supplies to a besieged city. The inhabitants begin to starve to death. The same thing happens to our cells. They age and die prematurely. We sit in a comfortable chair, and our body sits on death row. And we ourselves have passed the sentence. Mistake number 9. Stress shortens telomeres. Stress is the new normal. We are constantly rushing somewhere. We're afraid of being late. We're afraid of failing. We live in a state of perpetual anxiety. Our body reacts to this by releasing cortisol, the stress hormone. It mobilizes all our resources. It prepares us for fight or flight. But the battle never comes. And we don't run anywhere. We just sit and worry. And cortisol continues to circulate in our blood. and it does a terrible thing. It attacks our chromosomes. At the ends of the chromosomes are protective caps, telomeres. They're like the plastic tips on shoelaces. They prevent the chromosomes from unraveling. Every time a cell divides, the telomeres get a little shorter. Cortisol speeds up this process. It literally burns our telomeres. The shoelaces of our DNA begin to fray. Cells stop dividing. They age. It's like a slow suicide at the cellular level. We stress about a deadline, and our chromosomes scream in terror. Mistake number 10. Washing your face too often. Cleanliness is next to godliness. That's what we were taught as children. And we've taken this idea to an absurd extreme. We wash our faces several times a day. We use harsh gels and foams. We scrub our faces until they squeak. We think we're removing all the dirt, all the germs. We are creating a sterile environment on our faces. But it's an illusion. Along with the dirt, we wash away the skin's natural protective layer, the hydrolipidic mantle. This layer consists of sebum, sweat, and beneficial bacteria. It protects us from dehydration and harmful microorganisms. When we wash it away, the skin is left defenseless. It becomes dry and irritated. Microinflammations begin. This constant inflammation is one of the main factors of aging. We wanted to be clean. We ended up old. It's like a soldier at war constantly polishing his body armor until he rubs a hole in it. Mistake number 11. Rubbing your eyes. Your eyes are tired. They itch. You want to rub them. Hard, with pressure. It brings instant relief. We think it's a harmless habit. In reality, it's an act of vandalism. The skin around the eyes is the thinnest on the entire body. It's only 0.5 millimeter thick. There's almost no fatty tissue under it. It is very delicate and vulnerable. When we rub our eyes, we stretch this delicate skin. We damage the fragile collagen fibers. We provoke the appearance of early wrinkles, those very crow's feet. It's as if you took the finest silk scarf and started rubbing it roughly with sandpaper. What would happen to it? It would turn into rags. That's what we do to the skin of our eyelids. We thought we were just relieving tension, but we were actually painting old age onto ourselves with our own hands. Feeling uneasy yet? Want to throw out all your pillows? Smash your smartphone? Move into a cave? Wait, don't rush. That was just the warm-up, a light artillery barrage. The real fun is about to begin. We are just now getting to the most sophisticated ways to age yourself prematurely, to the things we do every day, without even suspecting that we're buying a one-way ticket, to the land of sagging skin and creaky joints. So buckle up and remember, the truth is never pleasant. It is only useful. And now for mistake number 12, skipping sunscreen in winter. It seems logical. There's no sun. The sky is overcast. It's cold. Why would you need SPF? That's for the beach, for summer. This is the greatest misconception. Ultraviolet radiation is divided into two types. Type B rays, UVB, cause burns. Their activity decreases in winter. And then there are type A rays, UVA. They don't cause burns, but they penetrate deeper into the skin. And they are the ones that destroy collagen. They cause photoaging. And the most insidious thing is they are active all year round. They pass through clouds. They pass through window panes. You're sitting in the office on a cloudy December day, and UVA rays are attacking your skin. You think you're safe, but you're under fire. Not using SPF in winter is like going onto a battlefield without a bulletproof vest, because the enemy is firing invisible bullets. Mistake number 13. Cotton pillowcases. Cotton is natural, it's eco-friendly, it's pleasant to the touch. They sold us this idea, and we sleep on cotton pillowcases. We think we're taking care of ourselves. But cotton is a hygroscopic material. It absorbs moisture. It absorbs it very well. At night, we apply an expensive moisturizing cream to our face. We go to sleep. And what happens? Half of that cream is absorbed not by our skin, but by our pillowcase. Cotton literally sucks the moisture out of our face and our hair. In the morning, we wake up with dry skin and brittle hair, but the pillowcase is glowing with health. It got perfectly moisturized at our expense. It's robbery in the middle of the night. We thought cotton was our friend, but it turned out to be a vampire drinking our youth. It's better to use silk or satin. They don't absorb moisture. They allow the cream to work, instead of feeding your pillow. Mistake number 14, slouching, or as it's now called, text neck. Look around. Everyone is sitting with their faces buried in their smartphones. Head tilted forward, back bent. This is the posture of modern man, the shrimp pose. We think it's just a posture, but it has devastating consequences. When we tilt our heads, the load on the cervical spine increases several times over. The muscles of the neck and back are in constant tension. This leads to pain, to headaches. But that's not all. This posture creates a double chin, even in thin people. It provokes the appearance of horizontal wrinkles on the neck. Rings of Venus. They used to appear after 40. Now you can see them on 20-year-olds. We wanted to be connected. We got a turkey neck instead. A smartphone is not just a gadget. It's an aging machine. Every like on Instagram costs us one wrinkle. Mistake number 15. Heating and air conditioners. We have created a perfect microclimate for ourselves. It's warm in winter. It's cool in summer. We live in comfort. We no longer depend on the whims of nature. But we pay for this comfort with our health and our youth. Heaters and air conditioners mercilessly dry out the air. The humidity in the room drops to critical levels, 20 to 30%. That's the level of the Sahara Desert, and our skin is 80% water. The dry air begins to draw moisture out of it, like a sponge. The skin becomes dehydrated. It loses its elasticity. It starts to peel. Fine lines appear. We've created a comfortable environment for ourselves. But for our skin, it's a torture chamber. We sit in a warm office, and our skin is dying of thirst. We thought we had conquered nature, but in reality, we just created an artificial desert for ourselves. Mistake number 16. Overusing scrubs. The idea seems wonderful. Remove old, dead cells. Reveal new, young skin. Speed up renewal. Scrubs promise us just that. We take a jar with abrasive particles and start rubbing our face vigorously. We think we're polishing it, like a jeweler polishes a diamond. In fact, we are scratching it. The scrub particles, especially those with sharp edges, cause micro-trauma to the skin. They disrupt its protective barrier. They provoke inflammation, and inflammation, as we remember, accelerates aging. Instead of the promised renewal, we get irritation and sensitivity. The skin becomes weak and vulnerable. It's like trying to repair a wall by scraping it with a fork. You won't make it smooth. You'll just leave grooves on it. We wanted to help our skin renew itself. Instead, we forced it to defend itself. Mistake number 17. Infrequent glasses changes. Vision changes over time. It's a natural process. But we often ignore it. We continue to wear old glasses. Or we don't wear them at all. We're too lazy to go to the doctor. We're too cheap to buy new frames. We start to squint, to read fine print, to see the bus number. We do it unconsciously. It's a reflex, but this reflex has fatal consequences for our face. When we squint, we tense the muscles around our eyes and the muscles on our forehead. Constantly. This leads to the formation of expression lines. Crow's feet. The vertical crease between the eyebrows. Horizontal furrows on the forehead. We save money on glasses and then spend 10 times more on Botox. A brilliant business model. We create the problem for ourselves, and then we pay to solve it. Ophthalmologists and cosmetologists should form an alliance. One group ruins our vision. The other removes the wrinkles from it. Mistake number 18. Ignoring strength training. Many people are afraid of strength training, especially women. They think they'll turn into bodybuilders, that they'll lose their femininity. They prefer cardio, the treadmill, the elliptical. This is a big mistake. With age, we begin to lose muscle mass. This process is called sarcopenia. After the age of 30, we lose 3 to 8% of our muscle every 10 years. Muscles aren't just for looks. They are the frame of our body. They support our bones. They speed up our metabolism. When we lose muscle, our body becomes flabby. Our bones become brittle. Our metabolism slows down. We start to gain weight. Strength training is the only way to combat sarcopenia. It makes muscles grow. It makes bones stronger. It preserves our youth. Giving up strength training is like voluntarily checking yourself into a nursing home. Mistake number 19. A love for overcooked food. The crispy crust on a steak, golden French fries, a toasted piece of bread. It's so delicious. The peak of culinary art. We think it's just food, but it's not. It's a delayed action chemical weapon. At high temperatures, proteins and sugars react. So-called advanced glycation end products are formed. AGEs. What an ironic name. These substances, upon entering our body, create chaos. They attack our cells. They cause oxidative stress. They damage collagen. They accelerate the aging of all body systems. That same golden brown crust we love so much is a concentrate of old age. We eat it and voluntarily inject ourselves with poison. It's as if we admired a beautiful mushroom, and then found out it was a death cap. Enjoy your meal. Mistake number 20. Loneliness. Humans are social creatures. We need other people. We need communication, support, a sense of belonging. But the modern world pushes us toward isolation. We communicate more and more online. We meet in person less and less. We live in a crowd of lonely people. And we think it's normal, but our brain doesn't think so. Social isolation is a powerful stressor. It affects the brain as destructively as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or as chronic alcoholism. Loneliness increases the level of stress hormones. It weakens the immune system. It increases the risk of developing dementia. Our brain literally withers without communication. New neural connections don't form. Old ones are destroyed. We thought we didn't need anyone, but it turns out that without other people, we simply go crazy and get old. Mistake number 21. The habit of frowning. We frown when we're concentrating. We frown when we're displeased. We frown when we're thinking. It happens automatically. We don't control it. The muscles on our face contract and form creases. If this happens rarely, it's no big deal. The skin is elastic, it smooths out. But if we frown constantly, the muscles get used to this position. They go into spasm, and the skin above them creases, permanently. A so-called mimic mask forms, a sullen, displeased expression. It freezes and becomes our second nature. We can be happy inside, but our face will say the opposite. It will broadcast negativity to the world and age us by 10 years. We thought we were just solving a complex problem, but we were actually rehearsing the role of the wicked old witch from a fairy tale. Mistake number 22. Vitamin D deficiency. It's called the sunshine vitamin because it's produced in the skin under the influence of ultraviolet light. But we live in latitudes where there is little sun. We spend most of our time indoors. We use sunscreens. As a result, most of us have a total deficiency of vitamin D. And we don't even suspect it. But this vitamin is not just a vitamin. It's a pro-hormone. It's involved in hundreds of processes in the body. It's responsible for calcium absorption. Without it, our bones become brittle. Osteoporosis develops. It regulates the immune system. Without it, we get sick more often. It protects the skin from aging. Vitamin D deficiency is a silent epidemic. We feel tired and run down. We think it's just fatigue. But in reality, our body is screaming for help. It's lacking sun, or at least a drop from the pharmacy. So are you still here? Didn't run away screaming? Congratulations, you have nerves of steel, or you're just a masochist. Either way, I respect you. You've reached the halfway point. You've listened to 22 ways to ruin your life, and you haven't broken. That deserves a round of applause. But don't relax. The most interesting part is ahead. The most non-obvious and insidious mistakes. The ones that disguise themselves as pleasure, as comfort, as self-care. Ready to tear off their masks? Then let's go. Mistake number 23. Hot showers. What could be better than standing under hot streams of water after a long day? It's relaxing. It relieves stress. It warms you up. It seems like pure bliss. But for our skin, it's hell. Hot water washes away its protective lipid barrier, the one that retains moisture. The skin becomes dry, irritated, defenseless. In addition, hot water dilates capillaries. If you have a tendency for broken capillaries, a hot shower is your worst enemy. It will make those spider veins brighter and more noticeable. We wanted to relax. We got parchment skin and a red face. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. 5 minutes of pleasure, a lifetime of consequences. Mistake number 24. Simple carbs for breakfast, a classic breakfast. Cereal with milk, a sandwich with white bread, a sweet croissant, a glass of juice from a carton. We think it's quick, convenient, and tasty, that it gives us energy for the day. In reality, it gives us a massive dose of sugar. Simple carbohydrates are instantly absorbed into the blood. The glucose level skyrockets. The pancreas, in a panic, releases a huge portion of insulin to utilize this sugar. The glucose level then drops just as sharply. We feel hungry and tired within an hour. This insulin roller coaster wears out our body. It leads to insulin resistance, to type 2 diabetes, to obesity, to chronic inflammation. And inflammation is aging. We thought we were charging up with energy. In reality, we were hooking ourselves on the sugar needle. And with each such breakfast, the required dose gets bigger. Mistake number 25. Toxic relationships. We talk about nutrition, about cosmetics, about sports, but we forget about the most important thing: the emotional environment in which we live. Constant criticism, manipulation, disrespect, emotional blackmail. Living with such a person is a chronic stress. It's a constant release of cortisol. We already know what this hormone does. It destroys us from the inside, at the cellular level. Toxic relationships change our hormonal balance. They undermine our immunity. They provoke depression. They literally poison our lives. We can eat perfectly. We can do yoga. But if we return every day to an atmosphere of hatred and fear, it's all meaningless. It's like doing a detox while continuing to drink arsenic. First, you must eliminate the source of the poison. Sometimes the most effective anti-aging cream is a set of divorce papers. Mistake number 26. Drinking too little water. Cliché? Yes, but no less important for it. Our body is an aquarium. Our cells float in intercellular fluid. If there isn't enough water, this fluid thickens. It turns into a swamp. The transport of nutrients slows down. The removal of toxins is disrupted. The cells begin to suffer. They shrivel up like raisins. Dehydrated skin loses its firmness. It becomes saggy. Wrinkles appear. We try to solve this problem from the outside. We use moisturizing creams, but this is fighting the symptoms. The cause must be eliminated from within. You just need to drink enough pure water. It's the cheapest and most effective way to stay young. But we forget. We don't have time. We drink coffee, tea, soda, anything but water. We thought thirst was just a discomfort, but it's an SOS signal from our body. Mistake number 27. Too much salt. Salt makes food taste better. That's true, But we pay too high a price for that taste. Excess sodium retains water in the body. This causes swelling, especially on the face. We wake up in the morning with bags under our eyes, with a puffy face. We think it's temporary. The swelling will go down and everything will be fine. But it won't. Constant swelling stretches the skin. It loses its elasticity, like an old rubber band. Over time, it sags. Bags form under the eyes, jowls, a double chin. We thought we were just adding a pinch of salt to the soup, but we were actually adding a couple of years to our age. Manufacturers of processed foods and fast food know this. They add a huge amount of salt to their products. To get us hooked on their food, they sell us taste, and along with it, swelling and old age. Mistake number 28. Smoking. Even passive smoking. It seems everything has been said about this. Everyone knows that smoking is harmful, but many people continue to smoke. Or be around smokers. They think the harm is exaggerated, or that it won't affect them. But nicotine is a vascular poison. It causes spasms in small capillaries, including those that nourish our skin. Blood supply is disrupted. The skin stops receiving oxygen and nutrients. It begins to suffocate. It takes on a dull, grayish hue. Smoker's face. In addition, smoking destroys collagen and elastin. The skin loses its elasticity. Premature wrinkles appear, especially around the mouth. Those very pucker lines. We thought a cigarette helped us relax, but it was just stealing our youth and our health. Mistake number 29. Skipping makeup removal. We came home late. We're tired. We have no energy left. We just want to fall into bed. Wash off makeup? Forget it. One time won't hurt. It will. It will hurt a lot. Sleeping with makeup on your face is one of the worst crimes against your skin. During the day, dirt, dust, and sebum accumulate on the surface of your foundation and powder. This deadly cocktail clogs pores. This leads to inflammation, to pimples, to blackheads. But that's not all. Makeup prevents the skin from breathing. It disrupts the regeneration processes that are active at night. Free radicals, accumulated during the day, continue their destructive work. This is called oxidative stress. It destroys skin cells. It accelerates aging. We thought we were just being lazy, but we actually subjected our skin to an all-night chemical attack. Mistake number 30. No hobbies for the brain. We train our bodies. We go to the gym. We build muscles. But we forget to train our brains. We live on autopilot. We take the same route to work. We perform routine tasks. We watch stupid shows on TV. Our brain doesn't receive new information. It doesn't solve complex problems. It's bored. And because of this, it ages. Without mental exercise, new neural connections don't form. Old ones atrophy. Cognitive functions decline. Memory worsens. Attention becomes scattered. To keep the brain young, you need to constantly surprise it. Learn new languages, play musical instruments, solve puzzles, read complex books, do something new, something that makes it creak. The brain, like muscles, requires training. Without it, it turns into flabby mush. Mistake number 31. Cheap sunglasses. Sunglasses are not just a fashion accessory. They are a means of protection, protecting our eyes from ultraviolet radiation, but only if they are high-quality glasses, with a good UV filter. Cheap plastic glasses from a street vendor are a deception, an illusion of protection. Dark lenses without a filter are even worse than no glasses at all. Why? When we are in bright sun, our pupils constrict, to limit the flow of light. When we put on dark glasses, the pupil is deceived. It thinks dusk has fallen, and it dilates. If there is no UV filter in the lenses, then a huge amount of ultraviolet radiation enters this dilated pupil. This can lead to retinal burns, to cataracts, to macular degeneration. We thought we looked cool, but we were actually frying our eyes. Mistake number 32. Rapid weight loss. We want to lose weight. Quickly. For the summer. For a wedding. For the new year. We go on a strict diet. We starve ourselves. We lose 20 pounds in a month. We rejoice at the number on the scale. But we don't rejoice at our reflection in the mirror, because our face has sagged. It looks gaunt and aged. Why does this happen? We have so-called fat pads on our face. They create volume. They support the skin. When we lose weight rapidly, these fat pads melt away, and the skin doesn't have time to shrink. It sags under the force of gravity. Jowls and nasolabial folds appear. The face takes on a tired, emaciated look. This is called gravitational ptosis. We wanted to become slimmer. We ended up older. Rapid weight loss is a ticket to a plastic surgeon's office. Mistake number 33. No breaks. We live in multitasking mode. We simultaneously answer emails, talk on the phone, drink coffee, and try to write a report. We think this makes us more effective, that we get more done. It's an illusion. Our brain cannot do several things at once. It just switches between them very quickly. This requires a huge amount of energy. It wears out the nervous system. We are constantly in a state of tension. We don't know how to rest. We don't know how to take breaks. We don't know how to just sit and do nothing. This endless marathon burns us out from the inside. It leads to chronic fatigue, to burnout, to depression. We thought we were conquering the world, but in reality, we were just running from ourselves. And we ran straight into a nervous breakdown. So, did you make it to the end? If after all this you're not sitting in a corner, hugging your knees and rocking back and forth, then I congratulate you. You are a fighter. You have learned 33 ways the system and our own laziness turn us into wrecks ahead of time. So what now? Run out and buy silk pillowcases and drink water by the gallon? You could. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is to turn on your brain, to stop being an obedient consumer sheep, to start asking questions. Why are they selling this to us? Who benefits from this? Aren't they trying to fool us once again? We've been taught to believe the pretty packaging. It's time to learn to look inside. And more often than not, you'll find garbage. And now, it's my turn. I told you about 33 mistakes, but there is one more. The 34th. The most terrible one. But I'll tell you about that next time. If, of course, you subscribe to this channel, think for yourself, and stay healthy. As much as is possible in our crazy world.